Guess what, guys? I'm gonna tell you a secret. Everyone makes mistakes. Even Pokemon makes mistakes every now and again. Want proof? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth! But if you insist, then watch this video and you will know the truth. Hey pups, RB here, and yes, I got a majority of the info you're about to hear from ABrandonToThePast's video, to which I will link in the description. That aside, nobody's perfect. Not even Pokemon. They've made mistakes in the games and in the anime. Anime mistakes are for a separate video to keep things organized instead of cluttered and jumbled up. That being said, let's go on ahead and jump at our Laprases and surf into the mistakes. From grammar mistakes to the game developers possibly being silly. These mistakes are either going to make you laugh or say, "Game Freak, why are you so stupid?" This one is to be expected. During the early days of Pokemon, mainly during the Kanto and Johto days, we're not counting the remakes here, people. We're counting the originals. Due to limitations the hardware had, and the games being new, these would be expected along with some minor mistakes within the sprites of the Pokemon, such as the Ivysaur sprite being able to stand on its hind legs. The Pokedex says it can't do that, yet there's a sprite in all its glory doing just that. Another error is Arbok's backstripes that weren't even seen in the anime and were removed in the later games. Also, in the Japanese Blue version, with fixed bugs and glitches, Calving has his skull and crossbones on his head instead of his belly. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. And Cloyster positioned horizontally instead of vertically, so that's a thing apparently. As well as Execute, being messed up with one egg being 1,000,000 times bigger than the others, and this creepy looking Executor. Why? Why does it look like the Cerberus of Palm Tree Hell? The Pokemon games are no stranger to grammatical errors and typos. They're more commonly found in the Pokedex entries, such as Mawile being called Mawile in the Ruby Pokedex entry. Not so sure if it was either a typo or a translation error. Another one is saying that Ho-Oh has 7 colors of the rainbow, which is clearly not true just by looking at Ho-Oh. Next thing you know, the Pokedex is gonna lie about the cake and the pie too. Again, not sure these are translation errors, typos, or the game developers being random or silly. Now these are just random, but I feel like pointing them out. This goes for the old and newer generations of the games, such as Lance's Dragonite knowing Barrier in all Generation 1 games, with the exception of Pokemon Yellow, but normal Dragonite aren't able to learn this move. So he could have used a Game Shark for this. Not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying. But this was a possible sneak peek into Generation 3. Lance's Aerodactyl knowing Rock Slide in Gen 2, when it couldn't be possible for Aerodactyl to know this move until Gen 3. Coincidence? I think not. And in X and Y, Gardevoir uses Fairy Wind in the trailer, though it wasn't able to learn it in the released versions. Kinda weird to remove its ability to learn Fairy Wind, right? There are Pokemon who are able to learn moves they aren't supposed to learn, or use, or that aren't able to learn until later generations. But it's a fun error at that, pretty much. Well, for me at least. These types of errors are kinda entertaining, just like the sprites. While the errors like the typos are pretty silly and make people laugh hard enough to cry. Whatever the reasons for these errors, it just goes to show that even Pokemon makes mistakes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if so, make a punch that like button, and please share some of the errors you've noticed in the Pokemon games, or comment your favorite game error in Pokemon in the comments below. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to be part of the Pupper Pack today. Huge thanks to my Patreon and Patreon for their support. If you want to support what I do or donate, the links to my Patreon and my PayPal are in the description. No fan art for today, but if you want your fan art featured, my social links are in the description as well. As always, I'll see you later, pups. Stay awesome, stay strong, and stay beautiful.